Okay, well, welcome to the call, everybody. Let's get this thing kicked off. I want to welcome you online. It's good to be with you. And I want to thank you, first of all, for taking the time out of your evening to be on this webinar. And our wish for you this evening is that when you leave this webinar, you're going to leave with information that is going to empower you, your family, your children, and those that you love to better health and better vitality. And you're probably on this call because either you want to find out more about the Near Life product range, or you want to find out how you can be healthier, or you have a health challenge, or you know somebody that has a health challenge that you want to fix. And that is what it's all about. But I just want to run through what, before I introduce our guest speaker, I just want to put things into perspective. What is really going on in today's world? We're living in a world where we have more science, we have more technology, we have more pharmaceutical medication today than ever before, yet more people are dying and more families are being affected by chronic disease. And when I talk about chronic disease, I'm talking about cancers, diabetes, heart disease. All those sorts of things are affecting every corner of our community. And we know that it doesn't have to be like that. And what I've got up on the screen here is a health chart. And if we let's say we give ourselves 80 years, some of us live for less, some of us live for more. But most of us are born in the energetic sector. We're born with energy. Anybody who has kids or grandkids knows this. Kids have energy. They wake up early. They have energy the entire day until they go to bed. But what happens is we start to hit our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, and we start to lose some of that energy. We fall into what we call the tired zone. And the tired zone, you're not sick, you just don't have the energy that you used to have. Maybe it's a little bit harder to get out of bed in the morning. Maybe getting down to the gym 3 times a week is just a little bit more of an effort than it used to be. And then we hit our 50s, our 60s, and our 70s, and we fall into what we call the sick zone. And and we know it doesn't have to be like that. And we know that if we give our bodies what our bodies need and the nutrients and the fuel our bodies need, we can live our life in the energetic zone. And why is that important? Because I know so many people are working their entire lives. They're working for 30, 40, 50 years towards their golden years, where they're going to retire with money and lifestyle, but they're living out these golden years in various stages of sickness. And the latest studies coming, or stats coming out of the USA, is that over 50% of the population are living on over 5 chronic medications every day. And so people may be living for longer, but they're living with less quality of life because of these illnesses and these diseases. And so effectively, they're missing out on that. They're missing out on many of the good years and and a lot of lifestyle. And so maybe you're on this call and you're not sick. That's good, but you might be tired. And if you're tired, that is your body's telling you that there are problems. And I believe that prevention is better than cure. And being proactive about your health and your nutrition is essential at this time of your life. So I'm not going to spend any more time talking about this, but I'm going to hand over to somebody who has been part of the health and wellness industry for the last 40 years. She, over the last 40 years, she has empowered thousands, if not tens of thousands of families to great health, from children to parents to people that are in retirement years. She's got information that can benefit you and benefit your family. So I'm going to hand over to Nola. She's going to run through a few slides and then we'll touch base after Nola's session. Thank you. Nola, over to you.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I wish I knew who I was talking to, but nevertheless, I'm excited to be on the call talking about road to recapturing your health. Maybe you're healthy. You want to just stay healthy. But Dr. Butta explains that all disease, not just cancer, is the result of 2 things. It's a deficiency in nutrients and or toxicity. And those are 2 things that we can all control. he says that if we can address these two things, we have a chance of resolving the situation if we have a situation. And so we will touch on that, but in future talks, we will go into that more maybe. But the 3 phases to help our bodies stay healthy is, the first is detoxification. The second is to repair our immunity. And the third one is to maintain that. And that's basically probably what we're talking about tonight, because you can see we're going to focus on more energy, stronger immunity, slower aging, better digestion, better sleep patterns, better skin. None of those are chronic diseases, but they are things that can get in the way of a full life, of a happy life. And if there is some slowdown, maybe there's a little niggly underlying cause that we need to fix before it turns into something bigger. So, you know, let's get on with this. I'm going to get on to a product that we call Trienen. And for those of you who have never known it, it's an amazing product that helps our cells stay healthy. It's a great energizing product. And whole grain nutrients are critical to health and cannot be obtained from any other food. So we've got to look very seriously at our whole grains that we are taking in. And the stats say that as few as 2% of the adult population get adequate whole grain nutrition in their daily diet. And it's the single most common deficiency within the major food groups. And basically, Neolife, the company was founded on Trienen, which is our whole grain oil supplement. We've been focused for 60 years on replacing critical whole grain nutrients that have been lost to food processing. Those nutrients are whole grain lipids and sterols. Those are names of the oils that essentially every food processor removes in order to give the products the longest shelf life possible. You'll see from the slide that the central part, this is a rice seed, and you'll see the husk gets removed, the bran gets removed. That's what we eat, and the rice kernel, the wonderful oils, have been removed, and that goes for the wheat, the rice, and the soy. And Neolife's unique foundation ingredient in all of our multivitamins, and it's very unique to us, is the grain oils called Trienen, and you'll see why they're so vital. The one bottle of 120 capsules takes 58 kilos of these grains to make. There are no carbs, it's pure lipids and sterile oils. And basically what they do is they form the cell membrane. The membrane is an oil membrane, and these oils, the lipids and sterols, keep that cell membrane pliable and permeable, so you can get the most absorption of your nutrients. And if anybody is on chronic medication, that medication can get into the cell. And of course, like any good little factory, that cell will have waste products, and those waste products have to get out. And if you do not put the lipids and sterile oils into your diet, you will have incorrect fats in the cell membrane, which then do this. It makes the cell membrane impermeable, so you're not getting enough of your nutrients in, and you're not getting rid of all your waste products. And so you end up with a sick, tired cell. Now, let's have a look at this bar chart. You'll find that your cardiovascular development is better with Trienen than without Trienen. The one I love is the nutrient utilization efficiency. From the same plate of food, those are the nutrients that are being absorbed with a person taking Trienen than a person without Trienen. You can see that the nutrient utilization is more than double. And so therefore it's really energizing. It makes you feel good. And then glandular activity, your adrenal glandular activity makes your mood better, gets your focus better. So look at the difference with the glandular activity with Trienen than without Trienen. So it's essential. Those studies have been done since 1958, and in 2000 they were done again at the Texas University. It's a very well studied product. So basically, this bottle of Trienen, it's the world's first whole grain lipid sterol supplement. It boosts the cellular energy and efficiency. And being made up of trillions of cells, we need this as much as we can get, because energy is a major problem in people's lives today. It assists in reducing blood cholesterol, 58 kilos in every bottle of grains. Now, some people have taken grains right out of their diet. That means they are deficient in the lipids and sterols. It's fine to take the carbohydrates out, but don't take the lipids and sterols out. And it's a GNLD exclusive. Neolife, GNLD is the holding company. So sorry about that. So, don't leave holes in your whole grain nutrition. Fill them the natural way. And then for energy, you can always add a Neolife protein shake, which we're not going to go into tonight, but the protein shake is absolutely fantastic. And then I think on the next thing is our immunity. How do we maintain immunity? How do we maintain our youth? How do we slow down aging? And basically it's from our God-given fruits and vegetables that we often ignore, we abuse through cold storage, and we abuse by ourselves by not eating them. And if we have a look at the first one here, the carotenoid complex, and it's something that I want to mention, the Journal of the National Cancer Institute published in December 2012 that women with higher carotenoid levels here have reduced risk of breast cancer. And there's so many people suffering from breast cancer that I think that is the most number one message I wanted to give out today. What our scientists have said is that 3 carotenoids a day is plugging our gaps. We try and eat as well as we can and then plug our gaps. Let's have a look at what else carotenoids do. Carotenoids have been taken by the United States Department of Agriculture, and they've been proven to increase our immune system's cells to fight viruses and bacterial infections by 37% in just 30 days. They boost 20%, they boost our natural killer cells by 20%, and those are our first line of defense against cancer. I want a 20% protection against cancer, and I'm sure you do too. And then a 44% reduction in oxidation damage to our cells, and that's to the cell membranes that I showed you earlier. And this is linked to premature aging and most degenerative diseases, including cancer. So it's an amazingly protective product, those carotenoids. And the carotenoids are made up of 7 fruits and vegetables. And you'll notice that they're the yellows to greens. You've got tomatoes and carrots and the red bell peppers, strawberries, apricots, peaches, and of course then a little bit of green, which is our spinach. And it's an incredibly potent, protective product that is patented. Then and it looks after all your lipid areas in your body. So it's really good to protect your cell membranes, your blood, your blood fats in your blood, stopping the oxidation and the stickiness of your blood as well. And then we've got our flavonoid complex, and the scientists have recommended that we plug our gaps in our diet with 2 tablets. And it basically, the flavonoid multiplies our protection together with the carotenoids. The ingredients in the flavonoid have been found to inhibit the growth of cancer cells by more than 90%. They also lower the risk of cardiovascular disease, such as a stroke, high blood pressure, heart attack, and diseases of the arteries. They inhibit oxidation of bad cholesterol, much as the carotenoids do as well. And they support strong anti-cancer activity at all stages of carcinogenesis. They also marvelous anti-inflammatories, and they're safe to use. So there are every tablet has 5 different types of flavonoids in them. They're made from the purple foods and the cranberries, and then and the beets and the elderberries and raspberries and blueberries and red grapes and black grapes. You'll see all those deep colors there. And then of course we'll always have some green in from our kale and green tea, and then the oils from the citrus. So that is what it's made up of, and you can see how these products are just plugging dietary gaps. And then the third one, the cruciferous. It's probably the least liked vegetable because it has that amazing sulfur. The vegetables have those amazing sulfur smells, and it's the sulfur that helps protect us. And they have been found, the cruciferous have been found to neutralize and detoxify carcinogens before they attack our cells. And they're made up of vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, radish, kale, again, black mustards, watercress. You'll notice, remember, all those pungent smells in those vegetables. And they lower the risk of developing cancers of the breast and prostate, the hormonally mediated cancers. Other studies show significant anti-cancer activity for the lining of the uterus, lung, colon, and other digestive tract cancers. So the prevention of conversion of the good estrogen to bad estrogen, which damages us. That's what they help do. So helping to neutralize toxins, boost immunity, and influence our metabolism, but they also help to reduce menopausal symptoms, which is really, really good to know for people at that stage of life. So we're very excited about those 3 products. And, we just encourage people to make good food choices when they're buying fruits and vegetables from the supermarkets, etc. And make sure you have the yellows and oranges and the purples and deep reds, and then the smelly ones as well. And the 3-2-1 tablets that you can see on the screen, that is what the minimum we should be eating a day. And those tablets are like the insurance that just plug our dietary gaps. And I'm now going to change tune just for one slide, because we're talking about anti-aging and we're talking about slowing aging. And I can't help but put this antioxidant treatment cream in, because it is made up of vitamins E, C, A, green tea, and they all neutralize and free radicals that come from the outside. And it's an incredible product. So you can see the pictures here. This is taken, and you see our pores, a fine line and wrinkle. There's a bit of inflation around there, and within 20 days you'll find that it starts to look like this. and where you can see the inflammation is gone, the fine line is gone, they've been dramatically reduced and improved. And that product I could really encourage you to use. You put it over your moisturizer. And men, it's not a lady's product. It's there to protect yourself, to protect your skin from getting those hard, rough areas that you eventually have to have burnt off and can turn cancerous. So it really does help protect you against our environmental threats. And so and something important for your future, the future of your skin, and start now and just put it over your moisturizer for the protection. And then we're going to talk about better digestion, because a lot of people who are really well find that they suffer from bloatedness, indigestion, maybe a bit of reflux, and they're not just feeling as good as they could feel. And here we have our acidophilus, our probiotic, and it says plus, and there are a lot of benefits from this. Where this is different from others, it has what we call a gel guard enteric protection system, which is unique to our acidophilus. And so this simply means that the good bacteria inside that bottle and the microbes will not be destroyed by your stomach acid. They're protected by the gel to survive that stomach acid and reach the intestines where they go to work. And so you get your money's worth, as opposed to having more than 60% of probiotics apparently are destroyed in the stomach. So that is our exclusive enteric protection system. And one tablet equals 10 yogurts. So, it's a lot easier than having to swallow 10 yogurts. And why would we need acidophilus? Well, bad bacteria in our gut causes illness. The start of anybody's wellness will start in our gut. And you'll find that bad bacteria in our gut can cause infection of tonsils, it causes thrush, it causes chest ailments like bronchitis and mucus problems in all ages, even children. It causes stomach ulcers, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. It can cause infection and wounds, and definitely food allergies. It protects us from food allergies. And if children have it at a very young age, you'll find that they don't get the food allergies, especially with C-section births. They often have a lot of food allergies, and we encourage that you get a few grains of acidophilus into those babies to just protect them from the allergies. But if we have a look at what acidophilus does for us, apart from just keeping our gut healthy and pristine, you'll find it aids digestion. It helps produce vitamins, especially the vitamin Bs. It helps absorption of the minerals, and that's important. Minerals absorption is very, very vital. It helps break down food particles, and so that helps get the nutrients through our intestinal wall easier. It helps our antibodies grow and form strong immunity. It changes the acidity of our stomach so that the bad bacteria cannot survive. It helps with stomach ulcers, helps prevent them. It also can help with some symptoms of diabetes. It helps control mucus production, and that is often a big problem with little ones. And so by having a healthy gut, we have protection from cancer and the toxins that cause our cancer. Good bacteria destroy yeast and fungus. They keep polyps in check and stop them turning into cancer. And they also have been found, the probiotics that are in your gut help to reduce symptoms of autism, which is amazing. So allergies, eczema, and very, very good for pregnant moms to have a good course of acidophilus before giving birth. And, gout. Oh, we could go on forever. So we really, really encourage people to get onto this exclusive gel guard acidophilus for their general health of the gut, and that will, as I said, keep you pretty well good all the way through. Then continuing on the digestive subject, I'm going to bring in one other product, which is your Aloe Vera Plus, which is a very popular product. It tastes delicious. The plus part of the aloe vera is chamomile and ginseng. And the chamomile has a calming effect, and the ginseng has a lifting effect, and the aloe soothes the digestive system and stress-induced discomfort, and it also is a pick-me-up. And so it's a great add-on to the digestive. It helps detoxification. It helps fungus. It helps pain. It can even help high blood sugar. And so it's a great add-on to your regime of digestion. Now let's go to better sleep patterns, and that is our calcium magnesium. And I'm going to start with better sleep patterns because I've discovered recently that so many people do not sleep properly. This one product is not made for sleeping. It's made for building healthy bones. But a good add-on is you have the most restful sleep with our calcium magnesium because of its incredibly high absorbency. So you can take CalMag any time of the day, but I would recommend that put it next to your bed and take it when you go to bed, because you just get the added benefit with that lovely restful sleep. But let's have a look at our bones. As you can see here, about 80% of women over the age of 20 get less than the recommended daily amounts of calcium. And we know the RDAs are never enough to maintain health. They maintain survival, but they don't maintain optimum health. We must always make sure we take a little bit more than that. And so this CalMag, it has extra vitamin, it has D3 in it, and so the calcium is great for building our bones. In fact, early adulthood is a critical time in our lives to achieve peak bone density, and up to 90% of peak bone mass is acquired by the age of 18 in women and 20 in men. So parents, please just be aware of the calcium that your kids are getting, because that is when your strong bones are built. And so, we invest in one's bones at that age. And bone mass can keep growing until around about 30, at which point bones have reached their maximum strength and density. And from here, it's all downhill unless we really take care of our bones. It's shown that 72% of women ages 19 to 30 do not get adequate amount of calcium, 65% don't get adequate amount of magnesium, and 78% definitely don't get enough vitamin D. And all these nutrients are really, really vital for building strong bones, and essential, absolutely essential. In fact, magnesium is known as the mineral that keeps our heart ticking. So there are many add-on benefits with this product, even though it's targeted at healthy bones and strong bones. Yeah, magnesium, well, minerals basically keep your heart rhythm steady, of which magnesium is a very important one. Magnesium keeps blood pressure under control. it helps your body utilize the calcium for the bones and support the nervous system. The sleep we've covered, and magnesium together with calcium lowers, and together with the vitamin D, lowers colon cancer risk. And so we need to supplement. Our calcium is not available in our food source anymore. Refining and processing strips 85% of magnesium from food. And so we really, it's important that we do actually start using calcium. Now, everybody seems to be on a calcium supplement, but the big problem with this is that the osteoporosis, porous bone syndrome, is growing. Years ago, it was 1 in every 6 women. It's now 1 in every 2, I believe. And so something's gone wrong, even though everybody's taking a supplement. And the difference with the Near Life CalMag is that we have a double amino acid chelation, which our scientist, Dr. Arthur First, actually formulated. So every molecule of your calcium and magnesium that is not easy to digest and get through the gut wall is bonded with an amino acid, and which is very, very welcome to get through the gut wall. And so we have a 6 times better absorbency of our calcium and magnesium than any other product. So it has high potency, and it's very, very bioavailable to us. And in the 40 years that I've been part of this nutritional company, I have seen all the young girls 40 years ago who've grown old girls now. You'll find that the incident of osteoporosis is just not there. So we've proven that this product really, really does work. And if you have a very, very anxious child, a hyper energetic child, try a little bit of calcium. I think it could really, really help. And of course, we know that D3 has huge, huge benefits together with it for cardiovascular disease, autoimmune disease. Our brain, keeps our brain healthy. It's even been known to help play a role in preventing and assisting people who have a lot of migraines. And so, you know, we've pretty well covered everything. The last little thing that I want to cover is the vitamin C. And I'm going to put this vitamin C into a class of better skin. I know we spoke about the antioxidant renewing treatment cream earlier, but the vitamin C is amazing because vitamin C keeps moisture in the skin. The antioxidant treatment cream that I showed you earlier has vitamin C in it. Our skincare has had vitamin C in for decades, but vitamin C is great. Obviously, it's good to fight infection. It's just a great product. But why I put it in there, it's good for skin, but it's also very good for people who bruise easy. And they bruise easy because their capillaries are too fragile and are easily torn, basically. And our vitamin C has rutin and bioflavonoids in, hesperidin in, and it's because it comes from a natural source. It's not a synthetic vitamin C. So it doesn't only fight infection, it builds strong connective tissues. It helps your capillaries stay strong. It helps your skin stay strong and moisturized. And it helps people who bruise a lot. And especially as people age without enough flavonoids and vitamin C, which are a family together, you'll find that they'll get dark marks on the back of their hands and their arms. So, you know, our vitamin C is very, very special because it's from, as you can see the pictures there, from oranges and citrus, and it has rutin in, which is a bioflavonoid known to strengthen blood vessels, and it has hesperidin in, which is also a bioflavonoid, which is found in citrus peels, and that's it strengthens capillaries. And often in menopausal women, you'll find bruising is quite a problem, and I find that with with this seed and with the hesperidin and the rutin in, it'll have definitely reduced bruising. And so, I just want to leave you with those thoughts, and just hope that the people with energy problems, immunity problems, take heed of what's said, and we want to help build families healthy, and keep them and maintain their well-being for future, and build these wonderful, wonderful health communities that we always speak of. So I'm going to hand back to Andrew now. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nola. That is life-changing information right there. And I'm a firm believer in the speed of implementation. How you take this information and what you've learned on the call tonight, how you implement it into your life, into the life of your family, will determine the results that you're going to get. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, that we are on a mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And we have a goal to end the trend of chronic disease. And we do this by, number one, educating people. Number two, we provide a solution, and we teach people how to eat intentionally and how to bridge the dietary gaps, the nutrition gaps in their diet through the near-life nutrition. And number three, we create a community, because we know that we can't end the trend of chronic disease on our own. And so we want to share the solution with as many people as we can. So if you're on the call for the first time tonight, I'm going to ask you for a big favor. I'm going to ask you to share this information with people that you know, people that you love, people that you know can benefit from what you heard tonight. Our next webinar call is going to be next Tuesday, the 14th of March at 8 p.m. We've got a super guest speaker on that call by the name of Dr. Andre Comrie. Now, speaking to Dr. Comrie on Saturday, and she was, a number of years ago, she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And she categorically states that she believes she is alive today because of the information that Neolife provided her, and the supplements and the nutrition that Neolife provided her. And so she's got an incredible story to tell. And she's got information that will impact your life, information that will change the health of people you know, of your children. So I'm going to ask you to get onto that Zoom call. Join us again next week. But please share the Zoom link with people that you know, people that you love. I'm going to, the topic, she's going to cover a number of areas of nutrition, but she's also going to be speaking a lot about children's nutrition, because she's a firm believer. It's the habits that you instill in your kids, and nutrition is a long-term game. And so how can moms provide their kids with the nutrition that's going to give them a long-term healthy future? If you are a guest on the call, I'm going to ask you to link up and touch base with the person who got you onto the call. If you have invited somebody onto the call, please get back to them. Make sure that they are followed up and they know how to link into Neolife and plug into our community. We have a free Neolife membership program where you can join our community for free, and any nutrition that you do purchase will be at 10% discount. So speak to the person who got you onto this call. I'm going to end the call here. I want to thank you so much all for your time. Thank you, Nola, for your time this evening. It's been a wonderful learning experience for all of us. And I'm going to leave the slide up on screen for a few minutes for you to copy the Zoom link down. And if you gave us your email address when you linked onto the call, we'll be emailing you the invitation that will also contain the Zoom link for Dr. Andre Comrie's call next Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Thank you all. Good night.